eat milk.
But rather than actually getting the milk out of the fridge,
put a tea towel on it.
Putting it in the sink, she just kind of wedged up a tea towel next to it. That milk's not going to be good to drink now.
You know what they should have done for that?
What?
Brought those ferrets back in.
Yeah.
Lapped it right up.
I think Marcus Bentley said Chanel is crying about spilt milk. Something like that. Yeah.
She wasn't crying.
No, something like that. Then they had this really cute diary with Deborah.
Gushing over Kira.
Yeah, but it was cute, wasn't it?
Oh, she brought the Nigerian accent out again.
Go on.
I can't remember which bits were done in what accent because there were so many accents at play. She said, "You know I'm a star." That's
Don't know what that is. Like a wolf outside.
She said, "You know I'm a star. If he finds me fine, that's fine." I've gone into a bit of Dre.
You racist.
What if you? Yeah, that was fun, the big brother.
French Nigerian.
If he finds me fine, no, I can't do it anymore. That's fine. All of you jealous girls, be jealous. And she goes, "He can't really dance. I have to get him into the rhythm." Last time he tried to dance with me, he pulled a muscle. Then she's just like, "Right, if you try and dance with an African girl, you need to." And so she did like some demonstration
like
of the
this,
moves.
not
that.
It was nice to see her like smiling,
giggly and like...
and cute. And then she's like, "But I don't fancy him though." And then Big Brother's like, "Oh, do you dance topless with all?" Hold on, that sounds like she's topless. Do you dance with? And then she's like, "I dance with everyone," but just the way she acts about it, you can tell she likes him. She's too good for him. Why does he always protest that he doesn't like her? Like he said he only liked her personality, whatever.
He doesn't find anyone physically attractive.
No, but I seen on Twitter, everyone said when she was doing the catwalk or when she was dancing, he was like proper eyeing her up. So why doesn't he want to admit it?
I'm scared of Rebecca. Don't know.
Well, Rebecca's
little does he know.
Cozied up with Lowton. I like that side of Deborah. Deborah has sort of superseded Hannah in the personality stakes, hasn't she now?
She's definitely the more popular, like in general, but I think Hannah's a little bit more annoying.
Yeah,
with her, when she's like
singing.
When she's up, she's quite grating, even on Deborah.
Yeah, but I do like Hannah as well. Hold on. Oh, then Isabel started trashing the kitchen for no reason.
Yeah, she was pouring that salt all over
the
show.
Putting marmalade all over things. Then Andrew tries to get in on the action.
He thought it was really funny to put some marmalade on some oranges.
Yeah.
What's wrong with that boy? But he actually wouldn't go through with putting marmalade anywhere until Isabel did it. Remember? It was his idea, but he couldn't do it.
He's too abrupt.
Abrupt. So like he made Isabel do it. I thought it was a bit odd.
So he can blame her if it comes to it.
Then he almost slipped over on it later on, didn't he? Deborah
looked very attractive, I thought, in that catwalk, and just in general she looked really good. And Isabel was in the bedroom and she fell over.
Oh yeah, and Deborah said, "What did you trip over? Your tan?"
Yeah, that was good. And I like those pyjamas that Isabel was wearing. They're nice, like floral.
Lots of patterns.
Repeating patterns. That was really nice. I'd wear those.
She'd basically be camouflage on the bedding in that.
Yeah. And then someone said, I don't know if you saw this bit, about Ellie and Sam were in bed together. This was when Sue started getting pissy that they were kissing in bed together.
Yeah, they'd been too noisy.
Yeah, and then I thought it was Chanel said something about getting wet. And this was when Ellie started going, we're on holiday. You're not on fucking holiday, you're on TV trying to make an entertaining programme. And then Andrew told Hannah that he had a crush on Raph. And Hannah immediately went out and told Raph. And then Raph was like, no.
Yeah, no. What did he say? There was a line he said, I didn't want this.
Yeah, and he said, I thought he was just fond of me. Fond of me.
This is not in my game plan.
Yeah.
What is going on?
But they never actually did sit down and have a talk about it properly, did they?
She sort of hauled him into the kitchen there in order to address it for some reason, but it didn't really happen, did it?
No, it didn't happen, I don't think.
His cap was missing, wasn't it? And then they thought Andrew took it, but then he came in with it on, so we didn't know where that came from.
And then we got to Joe's eviction, really. Joe went. The crowd were booing him quite a bit, but it wasn't nothing that bad, I don't think.
It's because there was about 10 people there.
I wanted to see if Joe hugged Raph, but they never showed it. They never showed it. Joe's interview was very sour. He was just very...
What did you expect?
He was very, very anti-Raph, like horribly so. And bagging on Arthur, that person who left first, whose name starts with an A. It's like, fucking hell, like, speak the name of him like he's bloody God knows what.
Yeah, and the issue he had, that
Macbeth.
Raph was hanging around with Arthur in the early stages.
Yeah, and not talking to anyone else.
Yeah, and like he said, like, oh, if you're hanging around with like the one person that basically said that no one in the house liked Arthur, so if Raph did, then he should kind of expect to be pushed out of the group in a way. That's not right on Big Brother. You're not allowed to isolate people.
No. Although I thought Simone was being a bit isolated in the episode.
I did actually when she was sat on that sofa.
Yeah, it was quite sad. Oh, what a shame.
No, but she's playing that victim card. You've fallen into a trap.
Victim noises. You don't know about the victim noises, do you?
What's
That's
that?
something to do with BB19, but
Is it coming up that I've not seen?
No, it's actually. I'll explain it to you on the BB19. Oh god,
Okay.
something to do with Cody. Sorry, that's really annoying, isn't it? I'm an annoying person. And then Joe was just like, oh, and then Emma was really like blowing smoke up his ass, going, oh, you did really well, like you're an old person.
Yeah, as an older housemate. Well, he's
Shut
pushing
up.
70.
Yeah. And then the last thing he said was,
And he had his makeup taken away for a week.
yeah, and then the last thing he said was something about they get to wear makeup and I don't. And everyone like tittered, and he thought they were like laughing at his joke, but actually they were laughing at him because he looks like he wears makeup. And that was the end of the interview. So it was quite funny.
In the bit where he was having a go at Raph, he said that he knows too much about Big Brother, and Emma said his knowledge is impeccable on it. Impeccable.
Impeccable. That's a long word for Emma. Which brings us on to Sunday. No, it's not Sunday,
Saturday.
is it? Saturday. God, I don't even know what fucking day it is.
When Joe is still in the house.
Today
obviously.
is Sunday.
Yeah.
Go on.
Oh, it's a lovely day outside. Sunshine, no clouds, loads of shit everywhere. That's how Joe woke up the housemates.
Yeah. And then Raph was saying about the two families and all that sort of stuff.
Oh, yeah. The breakdown was
I
family.
didn't understand
Family
this.
one was basically him and his friends. So what's that? Him, Isabel, Chanel, Hannah, Deborah. That's family one, I think. Family two, maybe Andrew. Family two as well is Joe, Kieran, Tom, Ellie, and Charlotte. So he says that Chanel and Joe are the most influential members of each family, are like the alphas. And then you've got these single parents in each family. One is Deborah and one is Kieran. And they have the power to bring the two families together. And they're
Right.
sort of like playing it a little bit, but they're not quite getting there.
Okay.
And then Sam wants to break into the family. So the easiest way to get into the family is by dating one of them. So he's trying to date Ellie to worm his way into the fold.
Right.
And Sue
Poor Sam.
wants a mother role, but she's not being let in. And he was relaying all of this to Isabel, who thought it was very clever.
Isabel's like, oh, that's
Oh,
nice.
It's really good. It's really good, Ralph. And then he sort of like giggled and fell into his duvet
Yeah.
because he like psychologically analysed the house, and Isabel appreciated it.
Do you think Raph ever just thinks, God, my intellect is just wasted on these idiots?
Yeah,
It's like Andrew said, oh, he wants someone who likes numbers. Wasn't
probably.
it?
Probably. What are you doing?
Nothing. I just... Shut up.
Get off that.
I'm just... 1 second. I just realised that.
This is unbelievable.
Shut up. You carry on. I'm still concentrating. I just realised I forgot to protect my parcel.
Right.
I hope
So-
that you hadn't noticed.
Next up,
Bad.
I noticed. Somebody is always watching.
I'm so unprofessional. They're protected now. No need to
So
worry.
then we had a flashback to the night before.
Yes.
Now I always wonder when this stuff happens and we get a flashback. Why wasn't it in the night before show?
I know, it's weird, isn't
So somebody had hidden bottles of alcohol in Kieran's bed.
it?
Now at this stage, nobody knew who it was, did they?
No. Was it Simone?
Yeah. He thought it was Chanel or Isabel because that's the sort of thing they do. And Chanel was like, Chanel was actually quite annoyed by this. Also, it was the morning, so everyone's a bit more grouchy in the morning, aren't they?
Well, yeah.
She was like, I hold my hands up when I've had a joke. So, like, Kieran was like, okay, well, in that case, it's not you.
Chanel does get the blame for a lot of things, but then she does do a lot of things.
Yeah, but I don't think they know that she did the eggs yet, do they?
Oh. Okay.
Or do they? They might know, but we haven't been
I'd
told they
imagine
know.
that Sue would have told them.
Oh, yeah, that's true. She probably has.
No, Then Isabel went to the diary room and she was moaning that she had no fake tan. She looked the colour of bloody...
Is that same colour?
Oak. I don't know what. Mahogany. She did... What? It was just like, what the hell? So to win fake tan, she had to do a task where she did a fake apology, a fake flirt, and a fake cry.
Hang on a sec, you've jumped way ahead.
Go on.
Don't you remember Hannah expressing herself through the medium of mime?
No.
That was what Marcus said. She was in the garden entertaining, I think, Andrew, maybe Charlotte and Isabel doing a mime. No, Charlotte and Ellie. And then Ellie and Charlotte pretended to nail her in to the box that she was miming in.
God knows where I was when that happened.
And then this I thought was really rather aggressive. Hannah then pulled out an imaginary axe and smashed her way out of the box. And she did this kind of like zombie walk with her hands up like a little claws, like and Andrew and Charlotte and Ellie all screaming on the floor.
No way!
It was a really fun scene.
I must have gone to make a drink when that happened. That sounds like it would make a good gif.
It was good. It was good actually.
Will gif it.
Hannah's mime of an axe smashing out of the box was hilarious. And I don't actually think she was being aggressive. It was a joke.
For our simple listeners. Not that we have any.
Deborah and Kieran were also starting to flirt over their vegetable chopping. That's when he told her that he didn't find her physically attractive.
I would be pissed off if someone said I don't find you physically attractive.
Yeah, we think I'm some sort of munter.
Yeah, what's the problem?
This is when Simone went into the diary room and Big Brother said to her, Simone, remember, the diary room is somewhere you can come to talk to Big Brother. And Big Brother is very good at keeping secrets.
No, it ain't.
Big massive lie.
Big Brother's always calling you out.
Exactly. And then she's like, I did it. I did the bottles.
Well, Big Brother knows because Big Brother is always watching.
True, but they wanted her to say it out.
Oh. Why? So they can play it back to the house later.
Well, that's what I'm wondering, because for us, they could have just flashed back to her doing it, but they didn't.
Well, they did as well.
Did they?
Yeah.
I don't think they did. I don't think they did.
Okay. I was quite drunk.
No, there was a flashback, but I can't remember what it was.
I think it was just Kieran finding the bottles.
Yeah, I think it was. It's like Spidey all over again with that water. So yeah, now we had the fake tan secret mission. So carry on. She had to do a fake apology,
a fake flirt, and a fake cry.
Oh, a fake flirt. Who was the flirt with? I think I missed
Kieran.
What did she say to him?
So the fake who was the fake apology to?
It was so boring. I didn't write it. It was like
it wasn't boring. It was fun.
Was it to Chanel?
I can't remember. But it wasn't boring. I like the fact they give Isabel some airtime.
I liked her trying to cry though.
Yeah,
she was failing so much. The
fake flirt that she did with Kieran was, I don't know, she said something to him and then he was like, oh yeah, something about girls on the outside, and she was like, what about me? Something like that. It was like and he just looked at her like, oh, okay. And then the fake cry, she made herself like actual tears come up in her eyes, didn't she?
It was hard work though, wasn't it? She was like trying to push them up so long in the bedroom when Sue was there, and Sue didn't even notice.
I know.
And then you could see her going to herself like, fuck's sake, like, come on.
But it's funny because Isabel, you can't imagine her crying, can you?
Not really, because she's not fazed by anything.
No, and then when she went up to Hannah and she's like, oh, I'm just missing my family, and Hannah's like, oh, don't worry, I feel like too. And I thought, Isabel ain't missing her family. She's missing her fake tan is what she's missing.
Well, yeah. So she goes into the diary room after. She goes, I went through every pet that had died. Nothing was coming out. I was emotionless.
Didn't care about the dead pets.
I had to stare into one corner, and eventually one tear came down. But then she did cry when she opened that giant orange, and Big Brother had provided her with the exact brand and shade of fake tan that she would normally apply to herself.
It looked like quite a lot of stuff. There was one mitt for her.
And one for Raph.
And one for Raph. Oh, that's nice, isn't it, to share it like that? So we'll see Raph looking orange next episode. And she said, I've never won anything like this before. I can't believe it. I like the fact that like her fake tan is like, it's like her armour, isn't it? Like, she doesn't give a fuck that everyone likes, like, oh, you look orange. She just doesn't give a fuck. That's, like, how she feels good. And she, like, guys might not like it, but she doesn't care. Yeah, I like that. Everyone's got their own thing that they do, and other people don't like it. And I say, tough shit. Do what makes you happy.
I do remember, like, some girls at school going a bit extreme with the tan. Never on that level, but I remember seeing girls looking, like, really orange when they were a lot younger. I mean, she's, like, what, 20-odd now? You would have thought that by now she'd be
It's just her
More
thing.
comfortable in her own skin, but whatever.
It's just her thing, isn't it?